morning, good afternoon, good evening, legendary podlers. This is Jack, your lorebender for the finale of this season's trip in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender / Korra / all the other different properties of this show. We have done a lot here. We have taken a look at two different systems, both Avatar Legends and Cortex. And we're finishing off with Cortex. And we have told, as far as I'm concerned, one interesting story in the Roku era. And today it concludes. So let's just jump right on in and let's give these characters and players their last introductions for this season. Aaryn, hey, how you feeling?
I'm excited. I play Wei, who is a Earth Nation isolationist sort of from the Siwang Desert.
Sounds good. And sounds like that's where you guys are headed.
It seems that way.
Okay, and then we got Garrett. Hey, Garrett.
Hey, I'm Garrett. I play Shi, a waterbender. His mom was from the Foggy Bottom Water Tribe, but he grew up in the Earth Nation, and he's enjoyed going and meeting everyone and getting some hui and some hoodang fruit.
Hoodang.
And getting some of that hoodang fruit, but it's going to be kind of dry going in the desert, and he's a little worried about it.
Super dry. Lee, how you excited?
Yes. Lee Baldwin, I play Mayu, and I am excited to see how everything's going to turn out. I want to see this big library. I'm pretty excited to see all these books and people.
And Lisa, the shipping queen. It's the finale.
Yes, so I'm Lisa Lam. I play Tinhua, and I'm excited and also a little sad that this is ending, but I am very looking forward to for Tinhua to learn about her family, as well as seeing if Wei learns her worth in this episode. Realizes, I should say. It's always been there.
I think that was a slight pun there. I think I detected a slight pun.
Oh, I missed it. Repeat.
No way.
No way.
Oh, snap.
Where we left off, you guys were being very wary about a weird particular shadow in the sky, and you guys made your way through the hillsides very successfully to what eventually came to be a valley right outside the desert with a Earth Nation village. There you guys decided to get some supplies, and you found yourself a big box vendor and bought the materials needed. While that was happening, two of you actually came across some children. They looked like they had a rough who knows how long. And you guys made friends with Jung-hee, Dar-hee, and Hee-hee. With Dar-hee, I believe, doing most of, if not all, the talking, because the other two don't seem to be able to talk. She came back and with supplies with the other two and recognized them as children of some of the Earth sages from South Shei-Fi. And they recognized each other, and the kids were very happy to see him. You guys decided to ultimately take them to the library in hopes that there they would be taken care of or a start of a journey for them with maybe some guides, depending. But that was until that shadow appeared once more and got ever closer to the point where you were able to tell that it was a sky bison and it was coming down right for you. And that's where we left off. So now let's start right there at that moment. What do you do?
I thought we created like a barricade or something.
You guys were under a big rock.
Mm-hmm. That didn't work.
There wasn't so much, I don't believe there was a barricade made. I know there was one made outside the jungle.
Okay.
And that was for people on feet.
Oh.
Yeah. And the side that you guys are on is the side that it's coming from.
Just for clarification, this thing is like people, whatever is on there totally sees us and is coming right at us.
Correct.
Okay.
If they're right on top of us and they can fly, I don't really see the point of hiding.
Yeah.
Well, I've given you guys the opportunity to do any type of mad scrambles, to do any type of hi, big waves, pull out the two orange cones and start making hand symbols to help them land.
Maybe we honestly just be friendly and then
I was going to say, can we see who's on it, or is it just
it's Bison Belly.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see soon.
So we've changed, right, into the new clothes and the children as well, or no?
We definitely changed.
But we have a different number of people now, so I feel like... But we should still do something, I guess, if they're going to attack us. But we can play dumb.
I say plan A, play dumb, yeah.
You also know that Sky Bisons, for most of you guys that have heard of Sky Bison, you typically know Sky Bison equals air nomad.
Mm-hmm. That's just what they want you to think. I think it's a zebra, not a horse.
So Wei kind of goes out in the open and waves, being a friendly child who's excited to see a sky bison for the first time. Big eyes and all full of dreams.
No need to roll. Wait, they land down at a patch of dirt right next to you. On top of this lovable, shaggy thing.
I think that I go up and say, oh, can I pet your sky bison? I've never seen one before. It's so lovely.
When you look up, you do see an air nomad. He looks to be probably about in his, we'll say like 40s.
But not Hayate.
It is definitely not Hayate. And in the back, you see a red piece of headgear. It doesn't look like the soldier's headgear that you were seeing, but it's definitely like Fire Nation red. Just one.
Okay, so Tinwa, she also puts on a friendly, like, oh my god, I'm a child act, and be like, oh, look, Sky Bison, and like, because she kind of wants to be like a first line of defense in case anything happens to Wei and or the kids.
Yeah.
The air nomad looks down at you and he goes, Napa loves pets, so please. And it motions for you to continue to pet.
Okay, so
Oh, maybe we should wait a second before the kids.
And what you guys see further away, Mayu, and Mayu, you in particular might be able to see this. You see that Fire Nation person is wearing the headgear of a fire sage.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Which they're typically, not really associated with the military or anything like that. They're more like, the ones that hold the legacy of the Avatar and are there to assist the Avatar, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Wei just starts talking to them like, oh, well, we don't see many of your kind out here. And what brings you out here into almost the desert?
The air nomad says, you see, I've come on an important quest and and then all of a sudden, like out from next to him, just that fire sage just like quickly scurries as quickly as he can off the bison, lands on the ground in an extremely sloppy manner and starts kissing the ground.
Oh, not as peaceful ride as you might have hoped, I guess. I've never been on one before, so I have no idea, but I'm glad that you are happy to be on solid ground.
Oh, I've been in the air for days. Oh, and the air nomad turns to him and says, it has not been days, I'll have you know, and I'll have you know that Napa did an amazing and very thorough job. And then the air nomad just kind of jumps up, spins, and lands softly next to you, Wei.
Oh, hi. What do you guys need?
Oh, well, we have come for supplies, and we've also come for doing a bit of investigation, I guess you could say.
Oh, yes, we were just at that town. There's a great shop owner. He'll help you out completely. We were just getting back on our way to see my family in the Siwang Desert.
Oh, the desert. That's actually where we're heading.
Oh.
What a coincidence.
In fact, have you by chance seen 5 people of various nations come through here? It's very important that I see them.
No, we just got here, like, literally, so, like, what are you looking for specifically? Maybe we can keep an eye out.
Well, they're quite a troop from my understanding. They come from various tribes and different nationalities. Quite a interesting bunch. And then the sage finally gets up and he's like, and I need their help desperately. Oh, okay. By the spirits. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. He starts like brushing off his mouth. He says, I desperately need their help.
What are your names?
The Fire Sage does a salute for the Fire Sages, not so much the Fire Nation. He says, I am Fire Sage Bukaijan. And the monk bows and he says, I am Monk Gyasu.
Oh, hi. Oh, I'm Haha.
What was the first one? Sorry?
Fire Sage Bu Kujai. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. There you go.
Mayu will sloppily mimic the salutation as if he doesn't know how to do it right.
The monk says, well, haha, it's a pleasure to meet you. May I have your names? It's impolite for me to give mine without also receiving. And you can tell the monk definitely is like looking to the children. Like kind of like they definitely caught his eye.
Mayu's like big mother birding it. He's like trying to keep him behind him with his arms.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
I'm like trying to be
You're
like.
going to fight a little bit. They're close. They're close to the ultimate mound of fluff. So Mayu, any attempt you do is just gonna boom. they're gonna beeline past you and just fluff.
It's like edging around these people, trying to stay near the kids.
So are you going with the kids or no?
Yeah, I'll be if they're like running over to the sky bison, then I'll follow them.
The fire sage says, "Yes, have you heard at all about this group of travelers that we just mentioned? It's very important I find them. I desperately need their assistance."
Why would you need assistance from travelers? If you don't mind me asking, this is very just interesting.
I would like you to do a test as you are trying to get him to open up to you.
Okay.
I will actually say that because it's official business, it's going to be an 8 and an 8 for difficulty. We're looking at a 15.
Wow, thank you.
But build a dice pool.
Could I try and assist her?
You can if you'd like to either use a plot point to create a...
Hold on a second. I'm going to use a plot point and make you re-roll that 8.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, my love.
You're welcome. I'm using
It's a
my
2.
plot point.
So that dropped down to a 9. That is much
good.
better
Yes.
for you. So Timo has to build a dice pool now. Remember, it's one from each category for any that pertain. It always has to be a distinction, though.
I'm going to go with Earth Nation Exile.
Okay, that's a D8.
Yep, that's an 8.
You are trying to find the truth.
Yeah, I also want to see. I was trying to see because I was like trying to also protect them. But yeah, truth, yes. And I want to do Passion, I think, which is also an 8. I'm going to do Harmony, actually.
You're trying to work with your friends and try and protect them.
Yeah.
By getting
Yeah,
Harmony.
I'm going to go with Harmony. Yeah, and then
But confidence can work.
I added the kids to my relationship. Can I use that? I put a 10 because I
Whoa.
really care about them.
Okay, well, you can use your confidence, and yeah, we'll say the Earth Nation kids, sure.
Okay. Oh, but
You're
this is like
doing
a
this
big
all.
pool.
This is a big pool. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I feel like I want to protect us, but I also like very want to protect them because I know that they have there's nobody. If we die, it's like they had this moment of joy where they're like, oh my gosh, we have people to depend on, and now it's like sadness
I
again.
No, Way's
I
with
totally
you.
understand.
She'd rather be in trouble than the kids be in trouble.
All right, well, give me that roll.
Okay, so sorry, I already forgot. So it was 8, 10, and 10.
And you got another 8 in there because of confidence. But it doesn't matter. It don't matter.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say she's got a lot of dice. I don't think it'll be a problem. But
If I get like 5 more than your roll, because then I would get.
It definitely does. It's a heroic success. And then using the heroic success, it bumps up to a D12, which means you have done the best possible that you could
Yes,
actually
I do want that because I want to know their intentions. That is my goal.
It's still going to be a positive result. So when you talk to him, the fire sage says, "Oh, okay, well, it's a matter of importance. Okay, I guess I should probably be a little blunt as you might come across this on your travels. There are Fire Nation troops going to be coming through potentially the area and possibly to, are you familiar with the Wangshitong Library?
Yes.
They are potentially heading there to get information that could be potentially dangerous. So if I can meet these wanderers, we mentioned these travelers, that they might help in regards to that, because I am aware that one of them is from said library. And I can stop this. I can try to stop them. I've said a lot.
Yeah. I'm so confused, yeah.
This is the Fire Nation military. It depends on if you stand in their way.
Well, do you think they're looking for the library? Do you think they'll send lots of troops there?
I'm not sure. It depends on if they can find the library and also if they get what they want inside.
Well, I'm from the desert, and it's not easy to find the library. Lots of people try, and not everybody finds it.
The monk says, but also not everyone has a sky bison.
I mean, that's fair. I've never seen one before.
Assistance is always useful. You said you are from the desert?
Yeah.
Do you perhaps have parents that we can speak to who possibly also know the desert or maybe they know someone that can assist us?
I mean, possibly. I don't know that they are, people from the desert. We're kind of separate. We don't like to get involved with things.
Are you all from the desert?
So I'm confused.
Yes, this is my sister, Tinwa. I'm sorry, Taha. Sorry. I really said haha because I knew she...
You said haha, right? A few times right there.
If the Fire Nation's coming through and they're looking for the library, then do they have sky bisons? What are you going to do if you find this group?
Well, I don't want to find the group. I want to get to the library before them and make sure the library is aware that they're coming. If we can beat them there first, we can put a stop to whatever they have.
And you think this group of travelers is going to help you find the library?
We know for a fact that one of them is from the library, so perhaps they know the way. What I'm afraid of is the Fire Nation finding out secrets that they should not have, and I've caught wind of a few ambitious generals after a certain commotion that happened recently that seemed over-eager to get to this library, and I'm afraid of what they'll find. And the travelers I mentioned, have something of importance that also might be valuable and also in the safest of hands, and I'd like to be able to catch them so that way they know, and also go to the library to also make sure that the library is aware that the Fire Nation is on their way, and these generals might not take no for an answer.
So you're just trying to go to the library to warn them that there might be danger? I'm confused. And she, Tinua plays up, her, girliness and such.
The Fire Sage says, essentially, we just want to make sure the knowledge that everyone has is safe and not in the hands of those that would abuse it.
But the library, I thought they safeguarded knowledge. They don't use it against people.
He's worried the Fire Nation's going to catch them first.
Yes, it's just an odd situation when the generals caught wind of these travelers and what they were carrying, and they found out from their Air Nation friend who they were under very strict interrogation. They found out one of them was from the library. They found out they've got information about said library and thought there might be useful information there that if what my monk friend here says and what Avatar Roku told me, they should not have. So I'm trying to go as an emissary for the Fire Sages to make sure that the spirits there are aware of what is potentially coming.
Well, your Sky Bison should be able to get you there very safely, huh?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
The monk says, well, I was hoping to actually pick up these travelers and take them.
All right, let's go then.
All right, hop on in. The monk's like, okay, hop on in. And the Fire Sage is like, wait, what? Why are we taking them? Because they're the travelers. The monk looks at children and says, and who are these children?
Oh, there's some kids. We want to take care of them. We thought we'd take them to the library.
Darhi and Jonghi.
Darhi and Junghi.
Darhi and
Darhi has his face buried, half buried in Nappa, and goes, Darhi.
Their parents are unfortunately no longer with us, and they needed some assistance, so we have...
The monk puts up his hand as in, you don't need to explain anymore. Then in that case, it is probably best they come with us. And if need be, I personally will find them a place of safety if you are not in a position to.
Well, especially if the Siwang Desert is not as safe as it used to be.
I think this would be a better way for us to go, really.
Well, that depends on what we see. In which case, Nappa, he pats Nappa, and Nappa just kind of flips down to make it easier to climb on.
But we won't all be able to go because we've got a friend with a Shirshu.
Yeah, Ren's sitting there with a Shirshu. Or Ren. Too many NPCs. Ren says, yeah, Koji is not going to fit on there. I mean, I can try to follow with, or I'll stay with Koji on the ground. We'll follow with. I'll make sure Koji's fed and taken care of. In worst case, I'll keep going in your direction.
Okay, if you can make it there, that'd be good.
Ren's got a look on his face like, oh god, I'm going out into the desert.
There'll be a big shadow. Just follow
the big shadow.
But he's trying to just, straighten up a bit and try to give himself some courage.
Should one of us stay on the ground with him and make sure he doesn't get lost?
That's up to you guys. He looks like he's got it. He's pumping himself up. So, do you guys all get on with your gear and everything? Which the bison can still hold.
Yeah.
And the Charshoe's definitely got quite a bit of gear on it.
I feel so bad for leaving Ren.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, you're an
he's
afterthought.
totally gonna get captured. Absolutely, 100%.
No.
I mean,
He's
gonna starve in the desert.
He'll be fine.
We'll just fly low.
Mayu gave him money. It's fine.
It's true. He has my money. He better not die.
Give him some extra water. He's got money.
Way's gonna help the kids get up onto the Sky Bison's back. Nappa.
Yeah, we get like all the way in the sky, and Mayu's just like, oh man, he's got my wallet.
Yeah, Ren's already off. And Ren's like, oh god, I got...
Yeah, Ren should start heading over there since we're gonna super surpass him. Like, just...
Pretty much.
Just start booking it.
Actually, before he left, the Shershu actually took a lick of the air around Nappa as the scent.
Yeah, he'll be able to track it.
Now he's guaranteed to know the way. And also, Koji definitely knows the scent of all of you. You all start to have your first airborne experience. And yeah, he actually says, yip yip. And you're taking off. You got the wind going through you, like it's like nothing you ever felt before. You're literally like within like no time already up to like almost near where the clouds are. Like you can practically touch them.
Ooh.
It's a whole different feeling as now the world below you is just so small.
All right.
Dear listeners, you just see the look on Garrett's face there.
All right, so I'll reach out and try to make some water out of the clouds if I can.
Maybe you can pull the rain out of the cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, and use that to help guide Koji.
Throw some water down on them.
Monkey Asu looks over his shoulder and says, you wouldn't be the first waterbender I've been with that thought that exact thought. What do you want to try?
I'll try to take some cloud and like form it into a little water ball.
You just literally just pull it down, and it takes a lot more of the cloud than you imagined. But yeah, you actually have like the freshest water.
The purest, cleanest water.
Very clean.
Oh yeah,
Drink it.
So fresh and so clean.
Drink the sky water.
Sky water. I'll pass some around. Let the little kids have it.
The kids are all, well, at least Darhi laughs. The other kids, like, they laugh, but it's,
Are they still dirty? Like, maybe we can just wash their faces.
Oh yeah, you can definitely use the water to wash them, and Monkey Asu will definitely do a little air dry.
Way is trying to get cloaks on the kids because she thinks it's too cold for them. Because they were used to being near the...
Yeah, it's probably pretty cold up there. Now comes the fun part. In the Wang Shitong sourcebook, there is a special maneuver done for going through the desert. But the thing is, though, we're not playing Avatar Legends anymore. So I'm going to homebrew this a little. There's simple yes or no questions. With every, you get a +1 for it, we're going to count that as another die towards your universal dice pool. Does that sound good? Actually, Wei, I think you'd probably be the best to set this up.
Okay.
Okay, so first question, do you have a knowledgeable guide?
I mean, me?
Yes, you.
Yep, so that's a D10.
Okay.
Do you have easy access to flight?
Yes, I do.
Then that's another D10. Are you traveling with someone attuned by balance principle to their destination? I would probably say yes to that.
Because I got a monk here.
Well, that too, but also you yourself, your balance had to do a lot with that.
I am also balanced right now.
Yep, so that's a D10. Do you have ample supplies?
I do.
We just
That's a D8. And are you traveling to the Spirit Library in the Kyoshi or Roku era?
Yes.
Then that's another D8. Because if you do it in any era besides Roku or Kyoshi, the desert has mostly overtaken the library by that point. So I'm going to roll a challenge for you. Oh, wow. 7. So go ahead and give me that roll.
I'll take an 11 with a D10 effect.
Yep. How your journey looks is that it does take a little bit to get going, and you actually spot your village first, which is actually your anchor point for finding the library, because it's not too long of a journey after that. And this right here took you pretty much like half a day, because the desert is pretty huge.
Flying is way faster than walking.
In fact, the dot that was red on the ground has long vanished in the horizon.
I hope he catches up.
Again, you see your village first. Now, do you want to land in your village first? Because typically how you go about things is you normally go through your elders first to even go to the library. It's normally a process. Or you can just skip that altogether.
No, I would definitely go to the village first.
Okay. If we were doing Avatar Legends, I would have given you a point towards tradition for that.
Oh.
But we're not.
Not to bring that up, but we're not.
Oh.
You don't get
doing something
anything.
different now.
You get
Why did
nothing.
you do that? That's so rude.
But a fun game experience. That's what you get.
It's because I still would like to harken back to Avatar when I can during this.
Yeah,
because that was what originally we're working with. Anyway, so you guys all see nice, kind of an oasis setup. in the desert with a lot of like huts and like sand domes for various domiciles and buildings. And you also see sand skiffs. And wait, where do you tell Monkey Asu to park? I'm sorry, what was that, Mayu?
Is it those little boat things, Sandskiff? It's like the land boat? Okay, sorry. That was just me.
Also,
No, it's okay.
I just want to clarify something. So during the flight, we like told them our real identities and whatnot, right? So like I don't have to be like, oh,
They figured it
right?
out, at least.
Yeah,
Okay.
they figured it out.
I'll even tell you, Monkey Asu mostly figured it out by She's accent.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also she was just like, okay.
She used his real
Come on,
name. Yeah.
The fire stage was completely clueless.
We fooled some people, okay.
But wait, where do you tell request to be parked?
I mean, probably as a, kind of like a little bit of a distance because probably they're not used to sky bison flying in. Like, let's walk in on foot and talk to the village first.
Now, as you're getting lower down, you also notice among some of the trees that was kind of hidden underneath some of the Shirshoos with Fire Nation saddles.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Further away.
So
Further away.
go back up. Go back up. We're going straight to the library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That change of plans. Those guys aren't normally there.
Could we just park the Sky Bison somewhere safe and then still go back to the village?
If they're there, I don't want to get my people in trouble with the Fire Nation.
Yeah, we better just keep on going. Especially if they're already in the village.
It's not traditional. You're supposed to go through the elders, but there will be elders at the library as well, and they'll know me. So let's just go that way because it's safer. And we've got these kids with us too, and I don't want to get into a fight.
Yeah, they don't need to see another fight. Yeah, that's gonna be traumatizing for them.
But
I think it's a ask for forgiveness thing at this moment. Yeah.
That's how we've worked so far.
Monkey Asu looks over his shoulder, and if anyone knows Monkey Asu is not one for tradition. As he gives away a half smile and says, "You're wise." Looks over to Wei and says, "You're wise for seeing the greater purpose."
I mean, yeah, I think that it's safest. And I'm worried about the people in the village if they see us.
Well, they more than likely probably saw my sky bison, but they don't know that you're on it.
Exactly.
So,
And the library is like a destination that people go to, right?
Rarely.
not too often.
Rarely.
It's not like a
Oh,
Rarely.
tourist spot or anything. Yeah.
I was
This is-
wondering.
It is most certainly
Yeah.
not.
But people might go on a pilgrimage there, but it's not like not many people are going to do it.
Typically, you'd have to stop at this like desert outpost for them to even show you the way. But you guys have a way with you, so you're good.
Yeah. So,
Not the way, but a way.
And Monkey Asu says, "I will circle around to make sure they don't 100% follow us, and then we will go directly to the library. I concur with this idea."
and so Wei will kind of explain how she would get there on the ground, basically, from her village, so that they are able to know where it is.
Your previous role still counts into this, so within a few hours, you are actually finding yourself lowering as he says, "I think I spot it." And Wei, you see below the tower and peeking out of the sand that are sand colored. It's like you have to know to look for it and know what to look for. And he starts to lower down. And Wei, what you're noticing is that there are the small encampments, just like small tents and stuff of the elders, and they're all sitting outside, which is kind of odd. Typically, they seem to usually be doing an activity, but they're just kind of, the closer you get, the more they seem at odds. Now, do you say to park close, nearby, far away?
I would go close to where the tents are so that we go directly to an elder.
Sky Bison lands right outside the tents, and you guys see, covered in draperies for desert dwellings, and an older man comes out and he's like, "Stay your business."
Do I recognize him?
Yes, in fact,
It's your dad.
who's well, I'll say this, who is it?
Maybe my Uncle Poe,
Uncle Poe. Okay.
which was in our initial character creation, was
He
my
was.
high-ranking elder family member.
And did he think fondly of you, or?
Yes, medium.
That noise says it all. Monkey Asu's answer says, Well, we are humble travelers, and we come seeking an audience with yourself and potentially Wang Shitong himself to speak of various matters of the world. Important matters. Urgent.
Wei kind of peeks out and says, "Hi, Uncle. It's me. I have returned."
Wei.
Yes.
Wait. Okay. First off, did not expect to see you again so soon, let alone on this.
Yeah, me neither. That was not the plan. I was expecting to be in Natsuo Island for a lot longer, but plans change. And these are some friends I made along the way, and we have come across some very important information that we need safeguarded.
Safeguarded within the library, or safeguarded within our way of procuring information and safeguarding it?
Safeguarded within the library, I think.
In which case, you know how this works. You must speak to me first, tell me this knowledge, and I will deem whether or not it is worthy to even pass within these doors.
So Whale get out the documents and...
Do all y'all hop off Napa?
Oh, yeah.
I do.
If she does, then yeah. I'm just gonna follow Wei's lead here.
Yeah.
I am going to stay back with the kids this time.
With the kids, you actually have another one of the elders, but actually we'll say, well, your aunt, Wei, is coming to tend to the kids. She's like, are they okay?
I tell Teenwa that she should tell anybody who comes that these were Earth Sage kids.
Oh, it's a shame what we've heard about several of the sages. And it's a shame to witness what has transpired with them, and also the fate of those that are left behind. We'll tend to the children until we can figure out what to do.
Thank you so much. Also, let us know if there's anything that we can do to help. I mean, I'm not fully passing on the kids. I want to make sure they're safe before and it's
fine.
Like, yeah, okay.
They can probably take care of them better than we can. They have like food and beds and stuff.
But I'm also worried about them.
Yeah, still.
And the kids are big doe-eyed up at you guys, like, and whether or not you're leaving them or not. They seem quite attached already.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, well, we'll be back. No, but we will be back. After, I assume we're going somewhere. Right? Anyways.
He says, okay, thank you.
Yeah, wasn't the Sky Bison ride fun? Yeah, we're gonna just have more fun later, okay?
They all hug you, Tiwa.
Yeah, because they love me.
Poe says to Wei, state your business.
So I pull out the documents that we have and start going through these, and I am pretty quiet and let him take care of, look through them and see their importance. I'll answer questions if he has questions, but I'm gonna basically let him make of them what he will.
I cannot say I fully understand what's written on these papers. There definitely look to be diagrams and potential blueprints. Can't say I understand half the machinations on this.
I will say that I have worked a little bit with Mayu on understanding.
Which one is Mayu?
And I point to Mayu and I kind of wave him up and say, so Mayu is a little bit more familiar with Fire Nation. And so I point to the things that we think are combustion engines and how they would be weaponized and what we had discussed earlier about...
Teenwa kind of wants to add in the context of how we even came upon them, where we saw this merchant and a general, and that was really weird to us. And once got this, they started chasing after us. So, we're not completely sure what they are either, but we had we had an inkling that it wasn't all above board. So
I have an idea of who they are.
Okay,
I'm going to give him my little black book, along with the rest of the documents.
Are these items and knowledge you wish to contribute to the library, or are these ones to show me the context of which you are presenting to me currently?
I have no need for it now. It's better
and
in your hands.
And who are you? I've only been given the name Mayu.
Mayu Oda.
Who are you? And where do you originate from, Mayu Oda?
The Fire Nation.
You are presenting me these documents and these plans from your own people. Why?
I think it could be helpful in expanding and learning more about what's in this book. And I think that we're not here just to contribute information, right? I mean, he's looking to Wei about this. He says there's things that we have to discuss besides just giving information, and this information here in this book here might be more helpful with that.
And Teenwa just jumps in to be like, oh, Mayu's a good person. I think he's suspicious because of its Fire Nation stuff. So it's like, oh, like, you know, like there's no like weird thing going on. Maybe I just confuse people, but that's what I do.
Wei does
Thanks,
say
Teen Wolf.
that it seems like this is for aggression, for an attack on someone. And we are wanting to prevent battles, wars, whatever. I mean, we don't want, there's enough sorrow in the world as it is right now. We don't need to contribute to more of it.
Poe nods, and he says, I see the importance of this documentation. It is not for me to judge whether or not it goes fully into the library. It is just more to evaluate the importance of this from a more material possession than that which Wang Shitong has access to. Now, Wei, the way he looks to you, he still looks to you like you're a child, despite even this. He says you do understand that you are bringing in aggressive information to the library and what Wang Shitong may do if you do this.
Yes, Uncle.
If you're willing to accept that, and
Yes.
hands it back to you, then I am okay with your entry.
I don't like this guy.
And he steps aside and motions for you all to go in. Though he looks to the monk and the fire sage and he says, are they also here with your information as well?
They made sure we got here safely.
Yeah, I would ask them because I don't know if they're how they
I think
feel
we should
about
let
that.
them in right away, right? Like maybe we should talk to the elders or whatever, and then
That was talking to the elders.
Oh, well, I mean, like the people inside, I guess. That
It doesn't look like there's anybody inside right now. They're all outside.
why are they all outside?
Are
I
they
don't
like having
this.
a barbecue? Like I'm.
And wait,
curious.
again, this is an odd thing that you're
Is this a
witnessing that
block
your
party?
uncle does
Like-
not seem to want to tell you about by nature of you being here. He almost has a look on his face of, oh, just wait till you see inside.
So I sort of think that this information has come this way with the four of us, and I think the four of us are the ones who need to bring it.
The fire sage steps forward and bows to Poe and he says, and I come with information in regards to making sure that certain knowledge is safe from those who wish to have documents such as those, and I was hoping to speak to Wang Shitong regarding that. And Poe, puffs up his chest. He's a very authoritative guy. That's a matter you have to take with him. Know that you cannot learn anything within those halls without presenting knowledge to him, in which he will evaluate whether you can be trusted. And believe me, he is not in a trusting mood right now. And whether or not your information is valuable. And Monkey also says, I'm here just to see this.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like most of us are just here to protect the people.
Well, your intentions will be taken up with Wang Shitong.
All right, we go in.
Since the library is like half sunk into the desert, you're more entering through like a window. And it's a window you kind of have to, like when you peer in, you just get overwhelmed by the scent of old scrolls, of just the general scent of just old ancient knowledge. And there's also something otherworldly to it, as this place is actually heavily tuned and crossed with the spiritual world. So there's this whole other sense to it. And inside you just see floors of just walls of scrolls and everything. And that's just peeking in. But you have to climb down a few of the bookcases. You see that they actually have set up a kind of a system for you to get down safely. And as you guys are making your way down, you also see a fox spirit leap in from the window behind you that you just came through and just jumps straight down onto the ground with a scroll in its mouth and starts to run off.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, that's...
Do we
that's-
follow?
Yeah, that's normal, guys. And Wei will just kind of take them the direction they need to go.
Do you know them?
Yeah, that's how does the library get information?
I thought through the
I thought
people like you.
Monkey also says, I've heard tales of the fox spirits that help Wang Shitong. They are seekers of knowledge. So typically they are the ones to provide the knowledge. And there are those, such as our friend Wei here, who also help procure it as well. And the spirits, well, I've heard they're playful, and I've been wanting to meet one my whole life. Do you think they make great pets? I mean, I'm not one for pets, but do you think they play maybe cat?
It's not an
Me too.
animal. It's
They-
Yeah, it's a
They're-
spirit.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd want a spirit pet, but I don't think they'd
guys,
want me.
they have some pretty important business to deal with.
Monkey was just like, I know, just animals excite me. Especially
Mayu's
spirits.
like upset that he calls it an animal. He's like, that's not a freaking animal. It's a spirit. It's like a whole nother level of being. It's like asking if you could have a child as a pet, except way worse.
Which is funny because this is, again, coming from a Aaryn Nation monk.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's a little miffed, but he wouldn't say anything. It's like,
Might get even more miffed as you get to ground level, or at least ground level on that floor that you're on. One of the spirits comes in, and Monkey Asu makes a clicking noise, and one of them comes right up to him, and he pets it. And Wei, you know that does not happen.
Yeah. Okay, let's probably go. You don't really want to get on his bad side before we even get there.
Yeah, let's make a rule. Keep your hands to yourself, everybody.
hands in pockets, all of you.
And Monkey Asu just
Unless
has this
anybody
child,
wants to hold my hand.
oh, okay. Monkey Asu holds your hand.
Yay!
As you can tell, I'm definitely, making Monkey Asu kind of based off of Aang.
Mm-hmm.
And we like kind of skip.
Aang's got to learn it from somewhere.
How old is Monkey Asu right now?
40s.
Okay, that's what I figured. I just want to make
Oh,
sure.
that's kind of weird. Okay.
It is.
It's fine.
Wait a minute.
Monkey
I'm a
Asu.
child at heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, Tinwa holds his hand to kind of keep him in check so he doesn't, wander away, too. But, also, indulges him, because, when he starts skipping, she'll, skip with him and stuff.
And the fire sage is just like, I don't understand him whatsoever. And wait, normally your people don't come into the library too much, but something just seems very absent of your people.
Yeah, but I know where to go, right?
To get to Wangshi Tong, or to get to a place to maybe deposit the information? What are you thinking?
I mean, where somebody would go if they were trying to seek an audience.
Oh, that is front and the center, right in the middle of the grand foyer, or rather where the floors are, in the cut down area to where you see the floors below you and above you. There's a bridge that every floor seems to have with a central area, which seems to be what to be the main place. If you want to get Wang Tong to appear, that's basically where you go.
So that's where I will take people.
So I wanted to try and ask Wei, while we're walking down and around, I can tell that this is not normal for your people. What do you think is going on out there? Why is everyone out? Is this how it always looks in here?
No, my uncle did say, though, that he was not in a trusting mood.
Yeah, by and large what I said.
Yeah. So it's my guess that there has been maybe he's asked my people to take a step back or something. Maybe he doesn't want them in the library right now. I don't know. This is not normal, but when you are sometimes dealing with otherworldly knowledge, you roll with it because it's not something that anybody's experienced, really.
I hadn't thought about it that way. What are you hoping to learn from him?
Well, how to stop a war would be great.
Is that what you're going to ask?
First, I'm going to present what we can give him. And we'll determine if he thinks our knowledge is
Yeah, I mean,
important.
I guess I'm assuming that you get a question.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that up to first things first, I guess.
One step at a time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire Sage says, is it true that he's a giant owl?
I think that probably there are many ways that he can appear to people. I think that is a form that he does show himself in.
Have you seen him before?
Me personally? No.
Oh, okay.
And this is happening just as you're stepping towards the center. And just as you say that way, you guys feel a gust of this. Again, it's like a wind that can't be described because it's a wind essentially from the spiritual realm. And this silhouette quickly just descends in front of you. It's about 15 foot tall owl. And he lands and judges in front of you. He says, "You bear witness to me now."
Oh, hi. We have brought some information that we think is very important for you to know. And she's not exactly sure what to do with the papers, but kind of offers them up.
Tinwa bows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's just like, bow.
What, did Wei bow? Because he's just following
Oh, yeah.
everything Wei does.
Wei definitely
Same.
nodded her head, was
Probably presenting the information with it. And Wang Shitong tilts his upper half down, so large owl face is leveled with yours, Wei. And says, "Open it up. Let me see."
And she does that, to the first page, and then she'll expect to have to.
Yeah, the head tilts are happening each time. And he says, yes, this is an interesting thing that you are presenting me? And the fire sage is like, does he know what it is? Did someone just question whether or not I know knowledge? Of course I know knowledge. Of course I understand what this is. This is it doesn't matter. I know what it is. And what purpose do you have to present it to me besides just for the caretaking of knowledge itself? I feel there is weight on this document.
We feel that this knowledge is a sign of coming aggression, and we don't know to whom it's intended, or if it is Earth Kingdom and Fire Nation, or if it is individuals in each that are not known to the general population. But we feel that this is going to cost people lives.
And Wang Xitong brings his body back up and just flaps his wings once as if to kind of denote an air of dominance. He says, "Bah! I have gotten word of Fire Nation soldiers wanting an audience with me. Their aggression is not welcomed here. And yet you bring to me the very thing that they desire. Am I to understand that?"
I did not know when we set out on this journey that we would have brought them to you, and I apologize for that. We were not equipped at that place on Natsuo Island to get it to the hands of somebody who could do something. And this is what I know. This is where I've been raised. This is where I know that things are safe.
Wei, I would like you to give me a roll.
Okay.
This is we'll call this a test.
Okay.
I think, as you are bringing in something to him that he currently has some hostility towards.
Yeah.
So 14.
Okay. I am going with creative student as my distinction. I'm going to use truth and creativity, hopefully. I'm going to use focus because I
can see you going either way.
I'm going to use focus, and I'm going to use library teachings.
That's a good one.
So
also stolen paperwork, the D10. Don't forget about that.
D10 of stolen paperwork. Okay. So that is.
And since you are standing here with your friends, I will say you can use, since your highest is D10, you could definitely use a D10. Also bear in mind of your abilities too. You do have fun abilities.
Yeah, I will keep those in mind. So that is 2 D10s and 3D. No, and also with my friend. So 3 D10s, 3 D8s.
Sure. Wow.
Did you already do your difficulty?
Yeah, I got a 14.
Okay. Actually, Jack, I'm going to have you re-roll that 10.
Actually, no.
Actually. Oh, I got a 9.
Well.
13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is specifically an ability that Wei has. If any of you guys have special effects that work, or you can also use a plot point to create an asset, an additional D6 for Wei to use.
I mean, this is a lot of dice. I think I'll be okay. Plus, I have a reroll. I still have a reroll I can do, so I'm gonna go all in on this.
Also, you can always use a plot point after you roll to use a third number.
I'm good.
Okay, I take it you're using the 2 10s.
I am, and I'm going to use the D10 as my ability, or because is it heroic? Yeah, it's heroic.
Yeah. Yep, so you got the best possible outcome. Wang Xitong bows its head down, looks at you dead in the eyes, Wei, with, bear in mind, each one of his eyes are practically the size of your head, as if he's like peering into practically your spirit. He says, "I see your intentions are pure." And he stands up and makes a clicking sound. Almost the same exact sound Gyatso made. And one of the foxes come by and sits there, mouth open, for you to put the documents in its mouth.
I do that. I do that.
And it goes off. And he says, "Since you have provided me information, you get to seek information. Do you have a question that can be found within my library?"
Do we all get questions?
It depends. Do you have knowledge to offer?
I mean, I helped bring the same knowledge. I feel like that knowledge is enough to encompass many questions.
Sadly,
and also,
that is not the case.
Okay. I feel like this is a flawed system because what if I have information, I just hold on to it until I need a question, like an answer or something. I just feel like you're missing out. But anyways, that's like a different discussion. But I need you to make it
take it up with the writers of Avatar, as
and
they
also,
are the ones who
why
came
is
up with
this
the
guy
system.
so hostile? Like, just because we're young doesn't mean we're dumb.
Who said there's anything about you being young?
Well, why is he being like... Blah, 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 blah.
He's just in a bad mood because the Fire Nation is all being all pushy.
He's a 15-foot tall spiritual elf that's lived for centuries and has strict rules about how his knowledge is used.
So Wei is here, and she knows that there are other things to ask and says, if I only am able to ask one thing, can I please consult with these people who also helped me bring this knowledge to you?
He sits up, looks to the side, lets out a breath, and says, I will allow it.
Hey kiddos, it's Jason, your friendly neighborhood sitter, and I want to talk to you today about Anchor by Spotify. Anchor is an all-in-one podcasting app that lets you edit and record your podcast right from your phone or computer, and then host it on your favorite podcast-catching website. And the best part of all, it is absolutely free. Anchor is what we use to host Even Footing Games Presents Babies and Broadswords, and even though I've had to record this ad 15 times, what you're going to hear is the best version we have, thanks to Anchor. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. It is so easy, a baby could do it.
So I kind of just turn around. I'm not being secret or anything. Like I very much think he can hear us no matter what we do. I said,
He does, so real quick, he does say, though, just so you guys know in character, he says, also, if they have questions themselves, they can present knowledge that I do not have within my walls, and they too can obtain information.
Oh, why didn't we rip and scroll up?
Wow.
What scroll?
It's already not a fair exchange.
Yeah, it is. Wade presented the information.
Tinois, you can use this. Can I give my book to Tinois? It's an asset, right? I can hand it over?
Yeah.
Here, I don't know if he'll take it, but this is something, if you have a question, you could try this next.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I will.
Just talking through
do that. I'm defeated. I really very much appreciate this. 100%. But I'm also like, this is like a big deal. We almost died to get this information here. And it's like, you can ask one question. And it's like and he's going to listen to us talk about this.
Tinois.
He gives information. He points you to where in the library you can obtain the information for the question you're seeking.
So what's the point of having a library if people aren't you have to get special permission to peruse
you have
it.
To present.
This. It's okay.
I am very upset. This is very unfair. This
if
is
she doesn't like the system,
are at a
that's
disadvantage. No, and it's not even if I were in this deity's position, I would not be such a hard ass because I want knowledge to be shared. If people can't share knowledge, it dies.
Tinois. And Wei grabs her hand and looks up into her eyes.
Is this Tinois in character?
Probably. I don't know. Yes, I guess so. Yes, because she whisper shouts this but she's like, I have to respect my elders, blah, 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 blah. Especially deities who can curse me or whatnot. But I am so mad.
And Wei grabs her hands and looks up into her eyes because Tinois is taller than her and says, I'm not sure that this is the time for this.
I can't hold it in. Okay, I will. Okay.
Why don't you offer up Mayu's book and see if we can have more than one question answered?
Yeah, they're open to negotiation, right? Okay.
Well, let's get your question first, right? Let's decide on that.
Yeah, Way's question first.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know this was going to be the boss battle. Man.
Okay.
This is the boss battle.
Wait.
It kind of really is.
Tima goes, this is not our question, but we need we just need some answers about how this works first before we use our question.
Wei pushes Tinois and says, ask your question, and then we'll ask the other one with Mayu's book. Go ahead. Ask your question.
No.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you make me cry. No, okay. No. I don't need to know because I don't want other people to die. I don't want other people to go through what I've gone through. You ask your question, and I'll use Mayu's book.
No, you ask yours. Not everything's found in the library, and I don't even know if How to Prevent a War is found in the library. Ask your question.
I can't. Tinois looks at Wei and says, I do not want anybody to go through what I have gone through. So I want you to ask your question. And I am okay not knowing if we can prevent this. And, if their answer is, I don't know, is that, doesn't that not count?
We'll see.
Wang Shi Tong bends his upper torso down and is now face to face with Tinhua.
Oh my god.
Tilts his head in several directions, as if evaluating what he's witnessing. He's looking at the tears, he's looking at the emotion. What did you go through?
So, my parents died when I was young, and I've not known them, and I don't know the reason why they have died. And I have this necklace that I found in my mother's belongings, and she shows him. And I'm not familiar with this. I don't know if it's a rock, a gem, or whatever. And I just want to know where I come from and about my parents. But if we are only able to use one question, I want you to answer Wei's question.
Wang Shitong looks at you still. Do you look at him in the eyes? Do you look away?
I look him in the eyes, and I'm firm, in this. I may be emotional, but I am not weak.
She's strong.
I'm not even going to have you roll for that. That was beautiful. Wang Shitong bends down just a little bit more, and with his beak, he grabs the black book from you, and then makes that clicking sound, and a fox comes up, and the fox tilts his head to him. Wang Shitong, drops it. The fox picks it up, and the fox continues to look confused. He's like, and Wang Shitong, you hear him kind of whisper and say, I don't know what it is. Just take it. Just don't not look at me like that. Figure it out. And then he looks back to you and starts to stand up more stately, and he says, look around, and you will find the answer you seek. In fact, you will have a guide. And another fox comes up next to you and rubs up against you, Tinhua. That stone is not unknown to these halls. They will guide you to your answers.
Tinhua is very appreciative. She says thank you, and she also bends down and hugs the fox.
Oh, it feels so. It's like the fluffiest, just
yeah.
Like you thought Nappa was fluffy. No, something about this fox is just so calming.
Spiritually fluffy.
Yeah, it's just spiritually fluffy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like a inside hug.
And it beckons you. Follow.
Okay,
and Wei tells you guys, or tells Tinhua, go. We'll catch up.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayu, Wei. Thank you. This means a lot to me. And I go off.
Wang Shitong leans down to all of you after Tinhua passes, and he says, are any of you going to do anything like that?
I don't believe so. I do think
Good.
Our question is very important. And the question that we'd like to ask is, how can we prevent violence from happening as a result of this? How can we save people?
Wang Shitong sits up again, looks off to the side, and he says, that question is not one that can often be found in tombs and scrolls.
I was afraid you would say that.
My halls contain knowledge of peace, of war, creation, destruction. Everything that mankind has harbored, everything that mankind has coveted, and I hold it. And I will do so even after mankind is gone from this earth. That question you are not the first to ask. And sadly, that question bears no serious way of answering. And the fire sage steps up and says, wait, but we gotta get that information that they can use, that the military can use. If not, who knows what countless lives are going to be destroyed. I need that knowledge. We need to destroy it.
It's already gone. Fox took it.
No, not that. I mean the other things. Anything else in here that could be used. Like there are military secrets more than likely within these halls that are current that the military could use.
Ooh,
that they can.
No.
Wait,
no.
No, Wang Shitong won't let them have it.
People cannot take information from these halls with violence or with a desire of violence. No, you don't understand. These generals are desperate. They will do anything they can to get it. It has to be destroyed.
We're
There's
not
some knowledge that is not
anything.
worth preserving.
Wei says you can't destroy something that is in the spiritual realm. And that's where the knowledge in the library lies. It's safe here.
They'll find a way. These generals will find a way. Washington says, I invite them to try.
I don't like this guy.
He seems currently hyped up on like this desperation. Like you can even see like the reasoning you guys are giving him is not really getting through to him, almost as if he's almost being exactly what he's complaining about.
Yeah, what do you know?
There are plans in stake that I think, if I'm correct, and what Fire Lord Sozai has said about certain plans, I don't know what he's planning. And if someone even comes up against him, I don't know what the rest of the military is planning. I don't know what was on those scrolls.
Look,
but that's the start.
We are not burning anything in here. We are not taking anything in here, and you are not getting any access to that information. So it doesn't matter. And I would like to try and inflict stress on him so that he is taken out of this conversation.
I would actually like this to be a contest, a back and forth.
That's fine. I know I have the see right through you where I can spend a plot point when inflicting stress to step up a die, I guess. But I don't think we've done this yet, so I don't quite know how to do it.
That's fine. Basically, what a challenge is when two characters are in either a physical or mental or emotional debate or conflict. What it basically means is you guys are going back and forth, trying to beat each other's totals. The effect does not matter until there is a winner. Now, after the first round, you can actually give up. And if you give up, you take the stress that the effect die that they used, but you get to control the narrative. If you flat out just lose the roll, if you do not beat their total, the winner dictates the narrative and also the type of stress.
My goal is to get him to shut up so that Wei can do her thing that she needs to do. So make him stop freaking out here.
I also want to spend a plot point to use Think It Through.
Ooh, lovely.
Nice. All right.
Okay, and what passage, path, or process are you recalling?
Well, I'm trying to recall the arguments that were made that this isn't exactly the way that the Wangshitong Library works, and that he is kind of becoming a little too emotional about all of this, and that's not the Fire Nation way.
And bear in mind that if anyone wants to step in the middle of this contest, you can spend a plot point to actually step in, but that's only if your goal is different than both of theirs.
Yeah, that's where you want to stop what's happening.
So first off, Mayu, you give me the first roll as you are the one who is basically instigating this challenge.
Okay, so...
And you also got that D8 from She.
Yes. Do I just roll... I build a pool still? It's still all that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, then, yeah, so the first one is easy. Just guard socialite. So that will be a 8. I'm going to try a mastery here, because I'm thinking that political influence is something that he's tried to get a lot of control over, and just influencing others through that and their emotions.
Makes sense.
So 10. Harmony. It's not my best die, but it's the one that makes the most sense. So.
I mean, if you want to throw in Harmony, we can throw in Harmony. I can make a case for almost all of them, but...
Yeah, I guess so. I was thinking of more of it of defending Wei from this psycho over here, but that's why I was saying Harmony, but...
I think Harmony also makes sense because if he gets the information, which he's not, but you're trying to protect the world.
That's what I'm trying to do,
yeah. And he thinks he is too.
Specialties insightful.
That works. And you got that additional D8.
Okay. I had to get rid of my asset, huh? I can't use that anymore, even though I know what's in it.
Nope, you cannot.
Okay. Oh, whoa. Oh, beans.
Well, I mean...
Oh, I did want to do my thing, though. Do I use that now?
Nope, not yet. There's got to be a clear winner. What are you making your total?
Oh, I will inflict distress if I win. Okay, I see.
I mean, you're trying to make a number that he has to beat.
Yeah. So we'll use the 10 and the 5, and then we'll use one of the D8s. I don't know if we need effect. Yeah, we don't need that, do we?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not until there's a winner, which might happen very quickly. But I would like to buy that hitch from you. I would like to buy that one. And I think that this... How do you think that this argument, this way that you're seeing the Fire Nation represented, in regards to a stress, how does that make you feel?
I would say that for Mayu, it's really just the walls are going up. He's seen a situation where things are starting to get messy, where somebody's losing control of their emotions in an aggressive way, and he's just throwing up shields, trying to make sure that nobody else gets hurt.
I get that, but I mean, in regards to Mayu's own views of the Fire Nation being questioned, and watching this guy practically be the epitome of the type of thing that, when you hear bad things about the Fire Nation. This is what you're witnessing. Like, I'm asking in regards to a stress. Like, do you feel like that kicks in anything, like maybe like an insecure about your thoughts of your country, maybe it exhausted or angry because you're like, why do you have to be this way?
Term for it. He's encountered these sorts of interactions a lot lately. And he got touches of it when he was growing up, so he's just, very tired and just, of course. Okay, then if you can mark off a D6 exhausted, please, on your stress. Now, in regards to me trying to beat that, I am going to roll 2 8s because this is considered challenging, meaning it's not like huge, but it's challenging. But he's getting a 10 because of his status of an Earth Sage and the confidence that gives him. Yeah. But I get to use that exhaustion against you, so I get to roll an additional D6. Okay. And let's see, I had to beat a 15. Mm-hmm. To make this fun, I got a 7, a 5, and a 4. I have access to plot points, and I can use them just as you do. And I'm going to buy the 4, so that way I have a total of 11, 16. You can buy your own? Yeah, I can do the same thing as you, where I can buy a third die for a total. Ah, okay. Yeah, I can do the same thing. He only has 1 plot point to work with.
I'm going to have you re-roll the D8 for the 7.
How many plot points do you have?
I had 3, so this is my last one.
And what is it? The D? Which one am I rolling? The 7?
Yeah, I'm getting rid of your 7.
Got a 5. Oh, you made it 14. Damn it! I wanted that to last more than 1 round.
This is like my whole thing, Sometimes you get a thing.
So, what is your ultimate case against him being made? Like, because right now you're sitting at, I take it you're going to be using a D8 for stress?
Yes. I think I can do that. Can I spend plot point? Do I need to?
Actually.
To make him more stressed?
You can make it more stressed. That's just, and you get to tell me what stress you want him to be, which in this case, I think insecure fits pretty well.
Yeah, so.
If he's at a D10 insecure, that's extremely insecure about his argument. Mm-hmm. So it's something where if he tries to act up again, he's going to have a D10. I mean, you guys are going to have a D10 to roll against him.
Okay. Yeah, I said the thing before.
Basically, your point was the fact that this is not going to do anything. You're not going to destroy anything. There's no way you can destroy this knowledge.
Yeah, this is, you're not getting access to this anyway. And you brute forcing your way through here is just the very start of the tragedies that the Fire Nation is going to inflict. Do you want to become a part of that?
That gets him. That's the line that makes it a D10. So yeah, he definitely has the defeated, dejected, and almost ashamed of himself look on his face, as he's like kind of more of a what have I become look. And he then bows to Washington and says, I'm sorry. He takes his hat off and just lights it on fire.
Jesus, dude, this is a place full of paper. Do it outside.
And Gatsu leans down to you guys and he says, no, he feels ashamed of that he's a fire sage who backtalked to a spirit. His title is now gone.
But it is very dramatic.
Extremely dramatic.
I get it. I just think it's better places to do it.
Wang Xitong's like, the amount of dramatics here are quite high. But to get back to your point, perhaps this might be something that mankind has to face. Just like any other war that has happened. Your desire to save lives, and by this action you have. But to save the lives of everyone is impossible. Mankind will find a way to defend against this. We'll find a way to fight against this. There are those who will fight. Best you can do is prepare.
And Wei kind of bows her head and says, thank you for this, and thank you for safeguarding this knowledge.
And Wang Xitong bows, nods a bow back. Do any of you wish to obtain any knowledge?
Well, we could look into past conflicts. There's a lot to be learned from history. I don't know if any of it will be like immediately applicable, but it wouldn't hurt to know what we're getting into.
Well, does anyone have any other knowledge they wish to trade in for knowledge?
I gave
That's
up
fine
my
if you
one
don't.
thing.
It's not a big deal.
That's all I got. It was a very useful book, by the way. He's so snotty about it.
That was an amazing sentiment. So does anyone else have anything? Mayu? She?
No, I'm good. Most of what she wanted to know he found out in the swamp anyway.
Yeah, you can't just say something, can you?
I mean, it depends. And if you want an example, Monkey Yasu walks up and he's got his hands on his back, seems all confident, and and Wang Xitong looks down at him. And Monkey Yasu says, I have a recipe for the most delicious tart you would ever taste. Wang Xitong says, how do I know this? Yeah, try one. And he literally pulls one out of his sack. Wang Xitong's like, bites down. Goes down, bites it, nibbles on it, and then says, sort of like ashamed, what knowledge do you seek? And Monkey Yasu says, I would like to know how to make the greatest pies. I can get delicious tarts, but delicious pies, especially ones that have a good air velocity. Wang Xitong looks confused. He's like,
I'm sure that's useful for someone.
So it shall be. And a fox comes over, and Monkey Yasu smiles to you all and says, I'll be back, and walks off with the fox spirit. I have many recipes. Let's cut back to Tinhua, since Tinhua's been a little in suspense here. Tinhua, you were led by this fox down a few hallways. Again, the smell of the tomes and the scrolls are just overwhelming. And you are seeing a lot of Earth Nation scrolls, especially, and boxes and everything like that. Like, you're definitely in the area that's designated to your nation, and also towards some of the politics. As you see official documents, you see official, like, seals and stuff like that are centuries old, and maybe some current. You're being led, and then you're led to a specific aisle and section. And when presented there, the fox kind of gets up on his two back paws, puts his paws up on a shelf that's like 2 shelves up, and then paws at a book, at a tome.
Okay, I take it. Obviously very nervous, because I'm also scared. I'm like, what if my parents were bad people?
This tome has a seal on it. The seal is definitely a older Earth Nation. Also, it bears the emblem of Avatar Kyoshi.
The seal? It's not like sealing the book, right? It's like a seal
It's like
book.
a wax seal on the book.
Okay.
It bears the mask of Avatar Kyoshi, who, what you know, is Avatar Kyoshi was the last Earth Nation avatar who actually got to live for a long time. And she was actually known as a great liberator, a great bringer of justice. She was counted as the most badass, hardcore avatar practically that existed.
She wasn't afraid to kill people.
Yeah, she was known for kicking ass and taking names.
Okay, so I guess for me that's a little bit of a relief. Like, okay, I mean, there's a lot of emotions. You know, I'm finally going to be able to find out what happened.
Well, your question was more about where do you come from, which could also lead into what happened to him. This is still going to give you some answers. You just have to take some time to look through it.
Does it just open to the page that I wanted to?
No. It's going to take a little bit. It's fine.
Can
It's
I
fine.
borrow it? I stay here?
You can stay. They don't mind you staying for a little while. In fact,
I'm never leaving. It took forever to get here.
No, you guys are ultimately, you're not escorted out or anything like that. It's just, again, if you go to look for information specifically, you're going to have to barter for it. But Tinhua, you know what? I'm not going to have you roll after everything you did and everything you went through. Basically, what you find out is that necklace you have actually comes from the lineage of the first Dai Li, which is the Ba Sing Se's elite defense force, police force that Avatar Kyoshi came with. You're from a lineage of amazing benders, which is interesting since you're a chi blocker. So that you now know quite a bit about your family now and how your family came to their position, how your family came to that. But also, you find a couple names that are interesting to you, a couple names that are familiar. And you find out a couple names don't add up with what you know. Your family had a long-standing ally with another Earth Sage family. Well, that's funny. 2 generations back, they were the fiercest of enemies. What it seems like is, well, family grudges sometimes last for generations. And it sounds like this family might have deceived yours until the time was right, where they could betray them.
Well, clearly, I need to seek revenge.
And that family is the
I'm not doing that.
And that family is the Beifong family. One of the highest ranking families in the Earth Nation, whose family owns a lot. There you'll find your real answers. Just to give Tinhua further adventures to go on.
Okay.
But you now know who to go to. You now know your lineage. And you now know the weight that necklace actually carries.
I will avenge my parents, but not by killing anyone. I will just inconvenience them the most possible, but only minorly. Every day.
Maybe we'll see that in the future. And I'm talking about the Beifong family. And for those that know Avatar lore, that's a major family. Yeah. So, you guys are allowed to stay. Wei, When Wang Shitong is done with your business, you will actually, off to the side, see a fox that's sort of like nodding you over.
I follow it.
You do. Take you down another side of the library and through a couple corridors. And it too nudges up against some tomes. And what you notice these tomes to be are different types of like machinery throughout the era. Also, just different ideas, different machinations, different types of like either machines for war, peace. It doesn't matter. You're now given a lot more knowledge than you had previously seen. The fox kind of looks the other way, where it's sort of like if you wanted to say, take it, it won't say anything.
Way's not gonna. Way won't take it. She'd be too afraid that it would fall into bad hands.
And the fox nods to your intention.
Yeah, she'll read it and learn from it, and then put it back on the shelf.
And it also included some things about how to prepare for oncoming war, like how to gain allies, how to ascertain diplomacy,
how to win friends and influence people.
Yeah, I was trying to remember the book. I was like, what is it?
Thank you. Yeah, no, that is beautiful. How to win friends and influence people in times of war. And Monkey Atsu stands behind you and he says, sometimes the answer is ourselves.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Now I really want to try these pies.
And absolutely, if you want to try, like, we've got some ovens back at my village, and I will be happy to try pies and give you opinions on them, because, you know, I'm kind of hungry. We've been on the road trip for a long time.
I would be delighted, and you can also share with me your story. I am very curious.
I will absolutely do that.
Basically, the kids, you guys have a choice. The denizens of the desert will take them in, or the air nomads will.
Oh, I know what I vote.
Yeah.
I definitely vote for the desert people.
Yeah, I feel like...
I know what Aaron's thinking.
I know you're metaing.
You're metagaming.
They're going to get murdered if they go to the Air Nation.
That's still 20-something years in the future.
Yeah.
Well,
have we
if you have alternatives.
Reconvened?
Yeah.
We're discussing this now. Okay. The Fire Nation's still outside, yeah?
They're back at the village.
They're not like immediately outside, yeah.
Okay.
And you guys only saw like 4 Sharshu.
One thing that I would want to say to Tinwa is that I know that you don't really have a place to call your own. And if you want this place to be yours, well, you can have it too. And we can go searching for your answers when you're ready. I'll go with you.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot to process. I'm definitely gonna chill for a while, form my plan before I do anything rash. Yeah, thank you. I accept.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I'll help you all.
Ooh.
Yeah, can we bring the kids to there?
Yeah, they can go down and live with me in the Earth Nation, and we'll help them get food, and they have a place to live, and they be with my...
And it's actually not far from their original home.
Ask Darhi.
Yeah, we'll talk to them.
Yeah.
What they want to do.
Sure.
We should see what
I
they
agree.
want. Yeah.
They haven't had much agency in their
the
lives.
village will take him, right? Take the kids, right? We don't want them to travel all the way there, and it's like, blah blah.
No.
We're full.
No,
We'll say that she's pretty confident. She's pretty confident.
she'll make a place
She
for
can
them.
probably convince them. He's pretty convincing.
I was also going to say that the kids could stay with Wei and Tinwa if they're staying in the desert, and they would feel comfortable there too.
They could.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't look for us where they already looked for us, right? Like, that would be, like, dumb of them.
Yeah, more than likely the Fire Nation wouldn't go down looking near the swamp and near, like, where she grew up.
Yeah. That's not a bad option. And to Mayu's question of what do they think, Darhi's like, we want to stay with you.
With Mayu or she?
Everyone.
Oh, okay, let's all be brother wives and sister husbands. And
Whoa.
this is our family now.
Wait, that's a different show.
I like that.
Okay. They all look to each other and then nod and then give everyone hugs.
Oh, was Maya's okay? Mayu's okay? Like, I agree, or I acknowledge your statements, like I heard it?
I mean, if he's talking to the kid, yeah, like if that's what they want, then yeah, then they should go do that.
Since you guys have spent a few hours here, when you guys make it out to the surface, you see a Charshu off in the distance.
Oh, yes!
And
that guy.
Let's ask Ren to join us.
And it's Ren and Koji. They're both like, and both of them just kind of just like they pull up, and then they both like fall over in separate directions.
Well, Tima is excited to see them. She runs up and is like, "Yay! So glad you made it."
Ren's like practically like shirtless because of the heat and the sun barreling down on him. He wrapped up his shirt around his head and poured water on it and stuff. And he's just like, and he's just laying there. And Tinwa walks up to him, and he's just immediately. It's hard to tell if he's blushing because she's there or blushing because he's so billion degrees. He's like, "Hi, I made it."
Yay! And so she runs back to She and's like, "Do you still have any more water?" Because Ren clearly, yes. Can I give it to him?
Oh yeah, I got plenty of water. He can have all the water he needs. I'll hand her my water skin and take it over.
Oh, that's so good. Yes.
Yeah, you make sure you get plenty of that. You've been out in the sun for a long time. They're going to be rough on you.
And Monkey Asu says, "So when are we leaving?" And Ren's like, "What?" I just got here.
Yeah, let's rest first. Let's have a party.
We should.
No?
Maybe not with these sage people. They're kind of a downer, but...
Yeah, I thought we already kicked him away. I thought he already, like...
No, sorry, not sage. I meant the elders, but yeah.
The bummer elders.
I will say that your Uncle Po does want a bit of a brief about what happened.
Well, maybe if he wasn't so rude to start, I would tell him.
I think that Wei stands up and discusses with him, but she is way more adult. She's like, "I know the secrets now. I've been in there and I've talked with Wang Shitong, and like, I'm not a child anymore. So like, you need to, like she's coming with confidence."
Upon hearing all that and witnessing that, he puts his hand on her shoulder and nods in approval, and his expression softens.
Yeah, that's right.
During the party, after hearing about what, after Ren heard what you guys went through, he actually would like to go down by himself to go see Wang Shitong.
Good luck, buddy.
All right.
The uncle?
Take some good knowledge with you.
No, just Ren.
Ren. Oh, Ren. Oh.
It's gonna go in the library.
He's missing the party, or is he at the party and he's gonna go tomorrow?
No, he's gonna go. He's. You can catch him before he goes. He's going in the middle of the party. In fact, Team Wife, maybe you see him wander off.
Oh, there are no library hours?
Yeah, maybe you see him wander off towards the entrance at the party.
Should somebody go with him and warn him about Wang Shitong? Because he's kind of a not nice person.
Well, again, you're witnessing him. You can feel free to do that yourself.
I don't want to miss the party.
Maybe
warn him.
Maybe wait.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Yeah, I will. I'll go. And I was like, "So you're heading to the library now?"
Yeah, I got a question. And based on what you guys said, I'm sure I can probably offer him something.
Okay.
I came all this way. I need something.
I support you. I agree. You should at least try. Do you want me to go with you? He kind of hates my guts, though.
No, he doesn't. He's not in the slightest.
The Wang Shitong guy. He's the
the Wang Shitong guy. He didn't hate your guts. If anything, you did a rare thing of appealing to his sentimentality.
I mean, he still took Mayu's book, so I feel like no, I didn't. But anyways, if he really was like,
Ren says, you don't want to miss the party.
I'll miss the party for this. It's fine.
Thanks.
It's a huge deal. Yeah. Let's go.
And basically I'll just sum it up for you. When presented to Wang Shitong, first off, Ren's like, "Oh my god." And he he presents knowledge. He actually presents a full-on demonstration of the newest firebending katas from the Fire Nation. And Wang Shitong is actually he seems pleased to see how, bending has evolved.
So he's just sheltered? He doesn't know anything outside the library? The Wang Shi
Tong?
Like,
he learns what's presented to him.
Oh, so wouldn't he just want to trade all the time? But anyways, fine. I get it now.
Write a petition to the Avatar writers.
Does he watch TV? Like, does he have news? Like,
he has
okay,
the Foxes.
Fox News.
Anyways, okay, sorry.
And you see that while Ren is doing this amazing display of firebending, which it's interesting from your perspective seeing firebending done this way because it's like very militant, but the way that Ren's presenting it is like there's a calmness to him while he's doing it. And when Wang Xitong seems satisfied, Ren asks him, I want a way to regain faith in my country again. I would like knowledge to help with that. And you follow him to that knowledge, where he finds the different tales of different, avatars from the Fire Nation, different amazing things the Fire Nation has done throughout the years, and all the different things that the Fire Nation has contributed and can continue to contribute. And he gets, kind of like teary-eyed a little while reading it. And he reads it with you. He offers to show you it.
Well, I will obviously take the knowledge, because I'm unlike Wang Shitong. I'm constantly learning from all sources.
And with that, you enjoy a nice night with Ren.
Oh, that's fun.
And now we go, ultimately, you guys decide. Well, you guys have an amazing time at the party. Now, do you do anything with Wei's village?
I kind of...
You can easily send a message. You can send a message for for one of the tribesmen to go and deliver the message that the Wang Xitong decided to sink the library. Oh, well.
Yeah, I kind of want to take that information and have Mayu kind of rejoin the Fire Nation in the village.
Interesting.
He wants to... I think he would have discussed this with the group because everyone's talking about going back to the swamp and living there and like going on those sorts of things, and he's been thinking a lot about it in the Earth Kingdom. Yeah, so yeah, my mistake. I think that he is thinking that he can make more of a difference if he goes back home with the knowledge that he has right now.
So there's some goodbyes to be had.
Yeah, before Mayu leaves, Wei just takes him by the side and tells him thank you and kisses him on the cheek. And that's the best thing I can do to fulfill my goal.
Tinhua, you just witnessed that. They would, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He would have sat down and like told you guys. I think that I know that we haven't really talked about it, but there's a lot of people that I know back home that if given the right influence and given the right knowledge, I think that they can make a lot of difference. And I think that traveling with you guys has made me one of those people. I think that I have to go back, and I can come visit you folks and see the kids. And I think that
I know I'm gonna miss you, and I respect your decision. I think you'll be safe with us, though, but I know you gotta do your thing, and that's all right.
I think Wei also says, Tinhua and Shi, if you guys are going back to Omashu, I'm not ready to do that. There's more that I need to learn to get ready and prepare for upcoming hostilities that are possible. I need to know something to be able to pass that knowledge along. So I was hoping that Tinhua would want to stay here, but if you want to go back with the children, I understand. They're welcome here too, but I'm not ready. I need time to get more information so that I can help people prepare.
I actually would like to stay a bit and not... I do want to go to the children, but I know that they'll be safe with She, so I would like to stay here a bit with you and then figure our next steps. I don't think I'll be too far behind. Ideally, I wouldn't want you to travel alone, so I'll stay here with you. But at some point, I do want to go, and when we'll discuss this, if you're ready, we'll go together, but if you're not, I think I'll see where the wind takes me.
Yeah.
And Ren is next to you, Timon. He says, is it okay if that's a we?
We're not a we.
Well, I was asking if I can come with you.
Now you're a we.
Pardon?
I was asking if I can come with you.
Oh, yeah. You should ask Wei because I'm staying at her place.
Ren's just kind of got like a very much like almost deer in headlights look of
Yeah.
um
Absolutely, Ren, you're able to stay with us. And Wei gives him a big wink. Because she thinks that Ren and Tinhua make eyes at each other.
Yeah, Ren's eyes are just darting back and forth between you two and his cheeks are blushing.
And also, so Mayu's not leaving yet, right?
Oh, yeah, he's
since
discussing.
we're
We're talking about it right now.
Yeah. So, like, I know that we haven't always gotten along. You know, I do, like, well, you know, because you're kind of like, I'm so handsome. Like, I do handsome people things, and it kind of, like, annoys me. So, like, but, like, I know that you're a good person, and I really do appreciate you giving me the book. And, you know, I do like you as a person. So I hope that you do not leave with any negative feelings towards me. And if you do, please let me know how I can change that, because I do value having met you and going on this journey with you.
Now Tinhua needs a power called I don't hate you.
Tinhua, you don't have to change anything. I'm gonna miss you too.
Aw, hugs.
He'll hug you.
Yay!
Mayu hug, oh my god.
And then Tinhua, like, grabs Wei and pulls her into the hug too.
Hugs all around.
So many hugs. And we'll get the kids in. We'll hug all together.
And then,
Monkey Asu has
Tinhua
a
also
map.
grabs She and Ren, and it's a group hug. So Mayu has kind of consented, I guess, to this group hug.
Oh,
And the kids are the-
everyone's
the kids
in
are the
now.
out of
Oh
layer.
gosh.
The kids are the outer layer.
This is a lot of physical
And then-
touching.
And then we keep partying.
Monkey Asu puts his arms around you guys and he goes, you know what, Air Nomads, there are some questionable views on hugging. It's nice to get a hug occasionally.
Freeze frame.
Yes, they all go up for a high five.
So you all said your goodbyes to those that leave. Monkey Asu says to you, Mayu, when you get to the village, there might be someone on their way. You'll know who it is when you see them. Tell them I said that you're neat. He'll know what that means.
Will do.
And you guys give your goodbyes before separating. Now, you all go your separate ways. First, we'll deal with the more immediate one. Mayu, when you get to that village, you get led there. Poe helps you. And when you get there, you do see the Fire Nation is... The 4 Fire Nation soldiers are definitely trying to, you know, wait for their time to be led there. It's kind of like they're being sort of pressured to wait. Like, oh yeah, no, you'll get an audience. They'll say when you get an audience, and you deliver your message.
Yes, I'm going to approach them and do some sort of display that either... I think, yeah, okay, so good enough. He'll put his old clothes back on and approach them and say that I have been sent here before you, and I had my own audience, and it is no longer required that you'll be going inside the library. It will be gone.
Sir, we're under strict orders to go there. Then Mayu, when you notice, is that a figure comes out from one of the nearby huts wearing red robes, brown beard, and you've seen his face, and you know exactly that this is who you're supposed to impress with Monkey Asu. As Avatar Roku looks at the soldiers and says,
I got to meet him.
no, I think that's adequate. I would like to hear more, though, if that is all right.
I will answer any questions you have.
In private. And you do so. I had to throw him in somewhere.
Yeah. It's a good place to do it.
And as you guys are flying off, you guys see actually outside of the village, parked conveniently at the oasis, is a dragon.
How did we not see that on the way in?
Dun, dun, dun.
Because it wasn't there when you came in. It was not there when you came in. And Monkey House is like, he showed up. And you guys are all dropped off to your various locations. Is there anything else you'd like to touch on, finally? Anything else?
I do.
What is that?
Well, just Tinhua pulls Wei aside and it's like, I am very proud of you. I feel like you've grown a lot and you were very impressive at the library without even trying. So just be that version of you. And, you know, you like Mayu now, but like, and he's cool and stuff, but like, you'll find somebody who'll fawn over you the way you fawn over him. And that's probably better. And I'm proud of you. Love you.
Wei hugs Tinwa and says, I'm okay. I'm too young to be tied down at this point in my life anyway.
Nice. Love it. Character development. Woo!
And Ren says, wait a minute, tied down. And he pulls out his pouch on his belt that's still tied to his pouch. He goes,
My wallet!
I still got Mayu's money.
Bastard!
Sounds like we're gonna party again.
Anyone else have any closing scenes to end this tale? Then I would like to present 2 epilogues. The first one is in the Fire Nation capital. This is quite a bit later, as Fire Lord Sozen is given some news. My lord, well, the library was a bust, essentially, and so were those documents, as well as those battle plans. And Sozen says, well, that sets us back quite a while. Quite a while indeed. Those plans were pristine and they were perfect. And now we have to rebuild. But we'll do better. And who knows? Maybe with what I've just learned, maybe waiting is okay. As he pulls out a lunar star chart leading up to 20 years when a certain eclipse will occur. And then we cut to an Aaryn Nation temple a few years later. And that is how I met an extraordinary bunch of teenagers that seem to go on their own different ways. And also, it is also where I learned how to make those aerodynamic pies. And the little boy sits from and says, I was wondering about that. I mean, I really like those pies. And can you show me how to do that again? Yes, Aang, I will show you. For there's a gathering of the elders right now, and they're ripe for the picking. And what did you learn? To fling a pie really far? No, from the story. Oh, I was only half listening. Ah, you were petting that lemur. And with that, the camera zooms out and says, further adventures await. Who knows when? And yes, that does mean that first voice on the first episode was supposed to be Monkey Asu.
Ah. I had already forgotten. Like, it was so long ago. My brain doesn't remember stuff from that far.
It's okay. Well, I hope you all enjoyed playing. I know this was a bit different than your typical finale to a season or campaign, where it was less about the physical conflicts and more about the emotional and the character growth. This happens with narrative tabletop RPGs, and just as long as you felt it was satisfying and your character hit those growths, that's all that matters.
I didn't manage to have Mayu fall hopelessly in love with me, but, you know.
I feel like he at least
Kinda
respects you a lot more.
Yes.
You gotta step.
Yeah.
And like,
He's just got a lot going on right now, you know?
Wei decided she couldn't be tied down, though. So
yeah.
she'd have to rebuff his advances if they came.
Thank you for going on this amazing journey. The system change was definitely interesting, and thank you guys for going through that. And thank you, dear Podlers, for going on with us also on this journey. And we hope you all enjoyed this very drama-heavy and angst-ridden tale, where I'm sorry that a lot of ships did not sail, but there is always the future. We're not sure what exactly is going to be coming next for this crew and whether or not we will be coming back to this, but maybe there's hope. Maybe I won't GM. Maybe I'll get to play Ren. Oh, man.
Characters will
No.
always live on in
So
your
many
hearts
options.
and your imaginations and your fan fictions. So
Yeah, fanfiction.
Come to our Discord. Share those fanfic. We want to read them.
Definitely. Fanfiction. Yes.
Yeah.
Or we'll do
Well, like-
we might do a reunion episode as a Patreon exclusive.
oh, that would be
Mhm.
fun.
There you go. Wow. Okay.
That's a
There you
great
go.
idea.
See, I wasn't even
Smart.
like that idea. So, Legendary Podlers, again, we got something to look forward to with that future reunion. Just as long as you're a Patreon subscriber, which go to, evenfootinggames.com and check out all of our links for Patreon, Discord, and anything else that we have to offer, including Babies and Broadswords. We're also, I think coming up, we're going to be doing an October special with the next mini season, where we're going to be going back to the land of Babies and Broadswords and going deep down into the, bowels of horror that Lady Chastity's has, as we're going to bring a adaptation of our Crawl of Cthulhu mod, but obviously different spin on it, different take. And also feel free to get the Crawl of Cthulhu on DriveThruRPG
Or Amazon.
And so I'd like to conclude with, remember, we're Even Footing Games. We play and make games that you'll get a kick out of.